Coach Thomson, officially welcome to Tucker. Tell us how this transition's been. Tell us how you ended up in Tucker.
It's been a great transition. I think I mentioned to you guys before, Dr. Parker is a fantastic principal. He's the best I've worked for. And so I'm humbled by, this opportunity. Anytime you take over a program, the first thing you've got to do is understand the tradition. And I think that's where I'm at right now, is trying to learn and really just immerse myself in this school and community.
What was it in the hiring process that made you want to come here to Tucker?
I looked into it. I did my research, and this city is something special. And, of course, the tradition, we know what the football program is and the kind of kids we have here, but, the city and everything together, I think this is one of the best jobs in the state of Georgia.
So tell me a little bit about you, because you don't run into many football coaches that didn't play themselves, right? So what were you like as a player?
Overachieving, right? I'm 5'10", I played quarterback, so I had to find ways, and this was in an era where you had to be tall to play. So, it taught me the value of hard work and sacrifice and those things. I played as long as I could, and it made me stop, and now I coach.
Tell us a little bit about what we can expect. I mean, if you're an offensive guy, is this a triple option type thing? Are you airing it out? Are we throwing 30, 40 times a game? What's it going to look like?
I've been fortunate to, I've interned in the NFL. I coached at UCLA, so we learned pro schemes. And I think that's something that maybe most high school coaches, aren't familiar with. And I've done that everywhere I've been, and that's what we'll be here. You'll see the same offense that you see run on Sunday by all 32 teams. So I'm excited at the possibilities that we can bring here to Tucker.
Tell us about that NFL internship. Where'd you intern and what was it like?
So I did with the Jaguars. It was when Del Rio was the coach, and it was awesome. You just learn how sophisticated football is. In high school we're taught it's simple, and it is. You try to keep it simple, but if you want to get into the game and you want to learn the game, they do it at a high level, and there's nuances to it that you have to understand.
You got to learn work ethic there too as well, right? I mean, they don't work short hours as NFL coaches.
No, I mean, even in LA, there were nights I slept in the parking garage. We were probably getting out at 2 a.m. and then back in the office at 5, so it was rough.
So you come in here to Tucker now. Have you had time to kind of take stock of what you have in the program and what kind of talent you have?
The kids have been lifting. It's been great so far. We're talented. I think everybody knows that. So, it's my job not to mess it up.
This is a program that has won state championships, right? They went to a state championship game as recently as I think about 4 years ago. But since then, it's been some early playoff exits, that sort of thing. It hadn't really been where Tucker football had been in the past. How do you get them back to that state championship level?
Yeah, football has a lot to do with luck too, and I think each game that was lost, I can't say that I'll be better. I will say we're going to work hard at it, and we're going to be competitive, and we're going to do everything we can. I can guarantee we're going to be an overachieving team.
So what do you like as a coach? What can the players expect? What can the parents expect? Are you fiery? Are you mild-mannered? You seem mild-mannered right now, but what's it like when you're in the locker room and on the sideline?
You ask 5 different people, you'll get 5 different answers. But the thing with me is I truly care about the kids, not just getting them into college. I mean, I care about them 10, 15 years down the line. And, if you look at my coaching staff, it's all people that I've either coached or played with. So relationships matter to me. Where I'm from, that's a big thing. And being able to trust people is big. And so that's the biggest thing with me, is actually building relationships with these kids and caring about them 10, 15 years from now.
Do you have a mentor in the coaching business, somebody who's really shaped what you are as a coach?
I've got 2. My head coach, his name is Bill Gerke in Orlando. He coached me and taught me how to care about kids. And my uncle, the guy that got me into UCLA, Kennedy Polamalu, I mean, he's kind of my hero. He's always what I aspire to be, and how he manages men and takes over a room is something that I envy.
So when people come here into Georgia from out of state, oftentimes it's not from a place that is as football crazy as Georgia, but Florida has a ton of football talent. That's where you're from. Talk about that transition, kind of comparing Florida and Georgia when it comes to high school football and the level of interest.
So Florida football is athletic. The kids down there are fast and big, and you have a lot of players that can play fast. The quality of coaching is better in Georgia, and in my, me personally, that's a challenge for me. I like the bigger challenge, going up against better coaches on in a mind kind of game, a cerebral game. But that's probably the biggest difference. But it's still the South. It's just as important here as it was in Gainesville, Florida, as it was in DeLand, Florida.
So if we look 5 years down the road, what's this program look like if everything goes according to your plan? How quickly are we talking about success?
Right away, right? Right away. And hopefully it continues. And we continue to grow. And again, I just build on this tradition. I'm just here to help build.
Talk about this time of year. You mentioned they're in the weight room, right? This is the time where it's probably not so much fun for the players. It's probably not so much fun for the coaches, but it's an important time.
So COVID has made this very difficult. You take over a program, you don't really have the kids in the day, and it's hard to build relationships with them and for them to get to know you. I'm thankful for you, for this platform. Maybe they can hear me, through this, but it's a challenge in this COVID era, taking over a program when you don't have your hands on the kids. The goal is to get everybody to get to know me over time. I think it'll happen just a longer period. It would have took a week or two in a normal year. Now I think it's going to probably take about 2 months.
Saw on Instagram, I think it was, that you were out at Fitzgerald Field talking to some of the coaches and the parents of the younger kids. Why is that important? Why is that one of the first things that you're doing coming in here to a new job?
I mean, you gotta build those relationships, right? They're coming here. They'll be Tigers soon. So it's very important. I'll say this, though. When you talk about community, and like I said, I value where I'm from. And I think I want those kids to feel the same. I want them to represent Tucker and to really have pride in the city.
You see college coaches offering 8th graders and 9th graders nowadays. You can't wait until somebody's in the 8th grade to evaluate if they're going to be any good. How early can you tell if a young man is going to be somebody that can excel at Tucker High School?
We used to joke about it. We could tell if we saw the mom and dad get married, we could tell you their kids would be something. So genetics plays a big role in it, and you can tell those traits early.
Okay. What's your team allegiance? You're from Florida, but obviously this is Atlanta Falcon territory. What's your team?
I'm a listen. I'm a Dolphin fan, but I'm rooting for the Vikings for my uncle. Really, I just like football. Really, it's about the Magic, Orlando Magic for me.
Yeah. The NFL level, the college level. Here you are at the high school level. Why high school as opposed to those other two levels? What is it about this that really draws you?
This is the truth, and sometimes it's hard to believe, but this is where I belong. And I've had opportunities, to advance, but you can change a kid's life at this level. You can complete 180. You can change your life. When I was in college, I was assigned with the running backs, and my goal was to get my running backs from here to here. So it was different, and the reward to me personally wasn't as rewarding. So, the goal is I feel like I can help change lives here.
That's the best part of the job. What's one of the downsides of the job? What's tough for you being a high school coach? I mean, there's the academic side. There's plenty of stuff, I'm sure.
I think everybody wants the best for their kids. Parents want the best for the kids. Everybody wants what's best, but not everybody knows the best path to take. So educating that's the most difficult challenge I think any high school coach faces.